Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Virjam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Bhadram Karnebhih Shrunuyama Devaah Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraah Sthirairangaistuštuvagum Sastanubhih Vyashemadevahitam yadayuh Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravah Swasti nः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Yeah, so we have to resume from your notebook page 10, last line, I think, or Gita Plus page 14, third line. Third line from bottom, I'm sorry. Asmadadish. So let us chant this. Chant from Shaunakangi Rasoho, which is bit above the third line, above the last line itself. Shaunakangi Rasoho, Sambandhat. Shaunakangi Rasoho.
Follow. Which sloga?
Mantra number 3.
3.
So Bhaashyam, second line of the Bhaashyam.
Bhaashyam. Okay.
Shaunakangi Rasoho.
Shanika Angirasa
Sambandhat.
Sambandhat
Arvak.
Arvat
Vidhivat.
Idivat
Visheshanat.
Visheshanat
उपसदन विधेः
Upasashana Visheshe
पूर्वेषाम्
Purvesham
अनियमः इति गम्यते
Aniyamaha Idi Gamyate
मर्यादकारणार्थम्
Maryadha Karanartham
करेक्ट मध्यदीपिका न्यायार्थम्
Madhyadipika Nyayartham
वा
Va
विशेषणम्
Visheshanam
अस्मदादिषु
Asmadadishvyavadhi
अपि उपसदन विधेः
Api Upasadana Vidhehe
इष्टत्वात्.
Ishtatvat
Good. So we were looking at this last time. To the mantra, Shaunaka approaching Angiras. That is the mantra we were looking at. Exactly like in the yesterday's class, Vivek Chudamani, Samasa Adhyadaya Sindhum, like that we were looking at. So here also, Vidhivat. So there he was spending some time, Shankaracharya was spending some time on this word Vidhivat. And so why are you spending so much time on this? Well, because he's saying, don't take it for granted. So he's already given two interpretations. He's saying, hey, that Vidhi was not mentioned approaching Brahma and all. Atharva approached Brahma. Vidhi was not talked about. Suddenly the word Vidhivat is coming. And he says, Purvesha Mani Yamaha iti gamyate. One interpretation, okay, they did not follow the Vidhi. You can take that if you want. But he's also saying, Madhya Deepika Nyayartham Va. He says, hey, just because it was not said before, don't assume the rule, the protocol was not followed. Everybody could have followed the protocol also. Okay, iti va visheshanam. And he's telling another important thing next. He's saying, Asmadadishu api upasadana videhe ishtatvat. Yeah, he's saying, look, whether they followed it or not is not that important. It is good if you and I follow it. Okay, this is what he's saying. Don't get carried away by what Brahmaji did and Atharva did and Shaunaka did. It is meant for us. Okay, this Upanishad is meant for us. Asmadadishu. Asmad means I, and in this case, Asmad means all of us. Adi means etc. Suppose you say, no, I don't think, I don't, I'm going to an ashram and all, I'm, I've done all those things, etc. That's fine. You may not want to go to the ashram. But if somebody says, Auntie, I'm going to an ashram tomorrow, then be ready, advise that person. Don't take things for granted. Be respectful. Don't say hi, Swamiji, and all. Don't do all those things. I mean, you be relaxed. There's nothing. They love children also. They want the children also to come periodically. Just do namaskar and be respectful. Talk less, and only then you will be able to listen. If you keep on talking, then you won't. You'll come back empty-handed. Okay, you don't want to come back empty-handed. So these kinds of advice you can give them like that. Asmat Adishu. Api upasadana videhe ishtatvat, because that is desirable for us. They are the source of knowledge, not us. And therefore, it is desirable that this particular upasadana vidhi, the protocol of approaching a sannyasi, a mahatma, ishtatvat, it is desirable for us also. For our own benefit, it's useful. That is what he's saying here. Okay. Otherwise, we will take this vidhivat and all as an incidental occurrence. No, it's not an incidental. Just Upanishad decided to say, not like that. Okay. I think that was good. Next, Kimityaha. Yeah, if you can unmute yourself, Anirudhaji.
Ah,
Kimiti aha.
किमति आह
Kasminnu.
कस्मिन्नु
Bhagavo Vijñate.
भगवो विज्ञाते
Nu iti vitarke.
नु इति वितर्के
Bhagavaha.
भगवः
He Bhagavan.
हे भगवन्
Sarvam yad idam.
सर्वं यद् इदं
Vijñeyam.
विज्ञेयं
Jnatam.
विज्ञातं
विशेषेण ज्ञातम्
विशेषेण ज्ञातम्
अवगतं भवति इति.
अवगतं भवति इति.
Okay, we'll stop there. So, he's continuing with the explanation of the next in fact, the second half of the mantra, Kasminnu, the question of Shaunaka to Angiras. So, Kim itya? Kim Shaunakaha Angirasam Kim Papracha? What did he ask? That is being said. That is being said now by the Upanishad. Upanishad is saying, Kasminnu Bhagavo Vijnate Sarvamidam Vijnatam Bhavati. Entire mantra is there. And so, Shankaracharya is explaining. Nu, he's explaining nu, that particle nu. Kasmin is a word in Sanskrit. Nu is a particle in Sanskrit. Nu can mean na and u. Sometimes, na and u is no. So this is no is also not the word. Nu is a separate particle in Sanskrit. Bhagavo Vijnati. So nu he is explaining. Nu iti vitarke. This shows Shankaracharya is thorough with all the koshas, Shabda koshas and all that. You look up nu, it will say uhe, some vitarke, and jnana suchake, like that. It will give some 4 or 5 meanings. And Shankaracharya is choosing one of those meanings. He is bringing that word vitarke. Vitarke means what? That is only, so for us, the job is easier. We have to find out what is vitarka. Because no 5 meanings, he has given one meaning. Vitarka. Vitarka here means Shaunaka has a doubt. Shaunaka is not a guru. He is a student. He doesn't know. But he knows enough to ask the question. But he has a doubt. So it's a question based on a lot of doubt also. He is asking a very bold question. Knowing one thing, how is everything known? That is what he is asking. That's a very that's a bold question. And so Shankaracharya is saying, no is an indication of doubt. I'm not sure kind of thing. Sometimes we say, I think, we say all these words when we ask a question or when I think, I'm not sure, but I've heard this. And that is exactly what it is. I'm not sure. That is called no. No. No indicates uh, that I'm making an assumption. Guruji, I'm making an assumption that if I know one thing, everything is as good as known. Am I correct? That is no. That is no. Okay. With a K. And then he's saying Bhagavaha. Bhagavaha. Bhagavaha, Shankaracharya is saying that is Chandasam. That's a Vedic word. You won't find that word in Sanskrit. And the Sanskrit word is, you won't find the word in spoken Sanskrit. That's what he's saying. And that is called Bhagavan. Hey Bhagavan. Hey means addressing Angiras as Bhagavan. So, Bhagavan, Bhagavanto, Bhagavantaha, He Bhagavan, He Bhagavanto, He Bhagavantaha. Okay? That is what it is. So, he's saying, He Bhagavan. That's the way to read it. And then, so with that reverential attitude, he's saying, Sarvam Yad Idam Vijneyam Vijnatam Visheshena Jnatam Avagatam Bhavati Iti. So, Shankara is helping us. Sarvam Idam. Sarvam Idam. Idam means what? Vijneyam. Vijneyam means knowable. Anything that is knowable. Knowable means what? What is knowable? Hey, anything that is there is knowable. Which means the entire universe. Entire universe is knowable. And the science is all the growth of this knowable knowledge only. And even black holes are knowable. Even galaxies, far, far away galaxies are knowable. And even asteroids that come and go are knowable. Everything is knowable. What to talk about things that are right there in front of us? It's all knowable. Just that my knowledge is limited. The knowledge of humanity is limited, and based on that, some incremental advances we make. Incremental advances. Incremental. But it's all knowable only. So, idam jagat vijneyam. Within bracket, jagat has to come in. So, that entire universe, idam. So, what are the two things in this universe? There are only two things in this universe. What are the two things? Aham and idam. Correct? Aham and idam. I and non-I. And I also has to be known, no doubt. That is also part of Vijnana. But for now, idam is the entire universe. Vijnayam. So, yad idam. So, kasminnu bhagavo vijnate. I did not, vijnate, I did not explain. Sorry. Vijnate. Kasminnu bhagavo vijnate. So, that kasmin vijnate. Tell me that one thing if I end up knowing. Kasmin vijnate means kaha vijnataha chet. Means what? That if I come to know, that one thing if I come to know, then sarvamidam, then means what? Yad. Shankaracharya is adding the word yad. Then sarvamidam, everything that is knowable, what? Vijnatam, visheshena jnatam, avagatam bhavati. Avagatam bhavati ends up being known. If I know just one thing, I know everything. Bah, now all people are happy because finally I ended up in the right class. I did so many years Upanishad and all I heard, and finally it's a great blessing because now I'm traveling from China to Frankfurt to America, New York, and India and everything, and I have this language problem. And if I have to next, if I go for, I have to go from director to VP. I must know Chinese, I must know French, I must know German, etc. This Sanskrit is nowhere in the picture, okay? But I must know all these things. Only then next promotion. So, appa, once I know Brahman, I will end up knowing everything. Abba, so beautiful. These kinds of funny ideas you better not get. This is not going to happen. Brahmajnani will not know Chinese. Previously, Ajnani did not know Chinese. Brahmajnani also does not know Chinese. Previously did not know German. Now also will not know German. Don't get those funny mystical ideas. Sometimes these mystical explanations will be given. If you know everything, if you know this, you will end up knowing everything. No, no, not like that. These mystical ideas we can't give here. It is saying, like we said last time, hey, come on. It is like that. It is like that. Child. I give this example. The girl is there. She's a young girl. And as they grow up, the young girls, they're all dressed up in nice dresses. Then the next Pongal is coming, next Deepavali comes, and then suddenly dressed up. And then the new, the earrings are purchased, and then something is there, chain is there. And then go to the neighbor and say, look, 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 look. What happened, Kavita? What is this? Yeah, my parents gave me a new dress. And then, so like this, they get to know these things. And that bangle and all, what happened? So then my mother will go, and then once a year only these bangles are brought out of the almirah, and then she goes. So the girl also says, go get that almirah. So like that means what? The girl knows that is precious. This particular thing that is there in the almirah is precious, very precious, because two locks are there. Then one lock is there, one almirah comes up, then another lock is there, drawer comes out. Like this, she knows. Oh, this is something that is something very different, special, and it can be used only once in a year or twice a year. That's all, and it's precious. So the girl understands the preciousness, if I can use that word, of gold, preciousness, and everything else is not that precious because it's just lying around. Can't be precious. And then suddenly one day, the mother, the mother takes this girl to the jewelry store. First time this girl is visiting, Kavita is visiting the jewelry store, and then she goes inside, and the first statement that comes out of her, Mom, this is all gold. She's a gold nyani, correct? She's a gold nyani now. Gold is precious. And this here, the only thing that is there is gold. Mom, this is all gold. That means what? She is not confused anymore. Kasminu bhagavo vijnate sarvam idam vijnatam bhavati. I know everything that is there. That's it. That's what this girl is saying. I know everything. Everything is gold. That's it. Now some details are there. This one necklace and this screw is this way or that way. I like it this way. And this is coming. This is too big. I want it a little smaller. Okay, you discuss and figure it out. Figure out what you want. Everything else is detail. That is the meaning of the statement. Kasmin no bhavo vijnate sarvamidam visheshena jnatam. Visheshena jnatam. It's
Oh,
even though
Sundaramji is continuously unmuting. So, Sundaramji, please mute yourself.
okay.
even though even though nothing, not, you don't know anything specifically, nothing comes to know. You can
Sundaramji,
Yeah,
Sundaramji,
sorry.
please mute yourself.
so if I know clay, then the whole world of clay is known. But I will not be able to make this pot. That pot knowledge also is not there for the person. Pot knowledge has to be gained. So in Laukika, Vyavahara, everything has to be learned specifically. But I know the universe. I know the universe. Once I know Brahma, I know the universe, entire universe. Because that's all it is. Everything else is Nama Rupa only. Like this girl says, everything else is just bangles and necklaces and earrings and nose rings. That's all it is. And rings. Okay. And so if the girl can say that, we also should be able to say that. Visheshena jnatam. Avagatam. Visheshena jnatam is what? Avagatam. As good as understood. As good as understood. It is like the wave saying, oh, I see. I've been comparing myself to all these small waves, big waves, tsunami waves, droplets, and this and that. And really speaking, I'm water. And my God, you, hey Krishna, you, the ocean, the Sindhu is also water. I am water and you are water. Therefore, there is no more Veda at all. There is no difference at all. Finally, I'm peaceful. Because there is no Dvaita. Nothing. The wave will come and go away. Born and dies also. But I am not the wave. That knowledge is so important. And so this boy, I don't know why I should say boy, I don't know. This man, Shaunaka, is asking this question. Boy, because Nachiketa was a boy, you know. We are coming after studying Upanishad, therefore boy is coming. That's all. And this one, Maniprabha says Pancha Vayaskaha, 5-year-old boy. My God, I don't know how they figured that out. And so, Visheshena Jnatam Avagatam Bhavati Iti. And then he is explaining this further. Let's see. एकस्मिन् ज्ञाते
एकस्मिन् ज्ञाते एकस्मिन् ज्ञाते
या सर्ववित् भवति
सर्ववित् भवति
इति
इति
शिष्टप्रवादम्
शिष्टप्रवादम्
कृतवान्
श्रुतवान्
शौनकः
शौनकः
तद्विशेषम्
तद्विशेषम्
विज्ञातु कामः
विज्ञातु कामः
तन्
सन्
कस्मिन् नु इति
कस्मिन्नु इति
वितर्कयन्
वितर्कयन्
पप्रच्छ
अप्रच्छ
Guruji, in my book it is Ekasmin Vignate, not Gnate.
Yeah. So in here, both Advaita Sharada and Gita Press says Jnate. You can put Vijnate. Doesn't matter. Vijnate is, it doesn't matter because Vijnate was covered by Shankaracharya earlier itself. So Moolam word has crossed. And so we can put Vijnate. That's fine. All right. Now he's saying, Ekasmin jnate sarvavit bhavati iti shishta pravadam shrutavan Shaunaka. How could Shaunaka ask such a question? Is it normal for a person to ask this question? That is the question that's coming up, right? What kind of question is this? He's almost answering his question, right? Almost is answering the question. And so Shankaracharya is helping us. He's saying, Ekasmin gyatye sarvavit bhavati. Sarvavit bhavati. Knower of everything. By knowing one thing, he becomes a knower of everything. Okay. Bhavati iti. Shishta pravadam shrutavan Shaunakaha. Shaunakaha has heard. He is not from an ordinary family. Okay. He is from Ushitva. What is it? Ushitva. Um, Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe. Correct. Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Prashto Vijayate. So Krishna is saying, no, the guy who's made effort is born in families which are given to this kind of thinking. And so he must have been born in that kind of a family, and therefore he got these opportunities to listen to all these things. Shrutavan, people, wise people talking to each other, debates, he must have attended all this. Vidvat Sadas and all that. And so for him, it seems natural. It seems natural. He doesn't need any background. That's what Shankara is saying. Tad vishesham vijnatu kamaha san kasminnu iti vitarkayan paprach. Yeah. Tad vishesham vijnatu kamaha. Tad vishesham means specifically tell me now. Now I'm ready to know what this is. Previously, I was just casually as a child and as a teenager walking around, and I just heard these things. But now my interest is peaking, and so vijnatu kamaha. I am now a vijnatu kamaha. I am desirous of knowing this, not casually but specifically. Teach me. Kasminnu iti vitarkayan papracha. By making that bold assumption that I have a doubt, and therefore he asked. Shaunakaha papracha. Like that, Shankaracharya is saying. Okay. Let's read the next one.
Guruji, Shishta Pravadam.
Shishtapa, sorry, that is the same thing. Shishtaha means one who is taught. One who is taught is called a Shishtaha. Shishya, So when a Shishya becomes taught, that person becomes a Shishtaha, means wise person. Jnani ityartha. Okay. So Shishta Pravadam is the discussion between wise people. Okay. Jnani Pravadam. So they're all arguing, They're not arguing the nuances of all, like we do sometimes. Nuances of words and all that. Okay. They argue like that. They discuss. They rejoice. My God, what kind of Upanishad this is? What kind of a boy this is? Then they talk about Indra and Virochana approaching this Sanat Kumara, Brahmaji. And then Brahmaji comes here, Brahmaji comes there also, Brahmaji comes there also. No, these all must be different cycles. They're not the same Brahmaji. Like this, they must be talking, I think. We have to imagine all this. Okay, so this boy, not boy, this Shaunaka must be like that. So Shishta Pravada means this kind of chatter between all these wise people is going on. He must have heard. Okay. All right. Next.
Marji, can you also repeat that? Kasminnu iti vitarkayan papracha? How did you say?
Yeah, Kasminnu Papracha. Because of that background of Shaunaka, how Shaunaka Papracha asked. Papracha is asked, no lit. We covered that last time. Aprichat. He asked Vitarkayan. Nu iti vitarke, that we saw. Means making a bold assumption. Having a doubt. The guy is not clear. He has a doubt. So I'm making an assumption. Accepting that I'm not sure. That is good, better to be on a safe side. I'm not sure. Like that we say sometimes when we ask questions. I'm not sure. Means I feel like asking it, but it may be a wrong question also. Yeah. Vitarkayan papracha shaunakaha. All right. Next. Athava
अथवा
lokasamanya drishtya
लोकसामान्यदृष्ट्या
ज्ञात्वा eva papracha.
ज्ञात्वा एव प्रप्रच्छ
Santi.
सन्ति.
Is there a word he in your book? No.
No.
Santi.
Santi
Okay.
Loke
Suvarnadi Shakala Bhedaha.
Suvarnadi Sakala Bedaha
Suvarnatvadi
Suvarnatvadi
Ekatva Vijnanena
Ekatva Vignanena
Vijnayamanaha
Vignayamanaha
Laukikaihi
Laukikaihi
Tatha Kim No Asti.
Tata Kim Nasti.
Let's pause there. Athava. This is Va, Athava and all by now you got familiar. Athava means there's another way to interpret the situation. Okay, another way to interpret. What is the other way? Loka samanya drishtya jnatva eva papracha. Hey, common sense. Loka samanya drishti. Samanya drishti means common sense. Loka samanya drishti. The people already know this. This idea is already there in certain places. There is common sense also. Okay, really, this is common sense based question. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, let me explain what I mean. Okay, and Santi Loke Suvarnadi Shakala Bedaha. Hey, this Suvarnam we know, Tangam. So this Kanchanam. So gold everybody knows. The guy who is poor also knows, the guy who is rich also knows gold. Okay. And so Suvarna is a good example. Adi, we will leave it later. Okay. Adi means this one silver, gold, diamond, etc. You put all that things, platinum, put there. Okay. Suvarna Adi. Shakala Bedaha. Shakala means bits, pieces. Okay. Bits and pieces of gold. Whereas Vedaha means variety. Variety of bits and pieces of gold. Because bits and pieces, if you go out there are big necklaces, all right, but there's many small pieces also. They're all in small pieces because that's all people can afford. Small pieces only they can afford. Okay, some people will buy big pieces, all right, but it's all pieces finally. This is Shankara. Shakala is using bits, it seems. Bits. Bits and pieces of gold. I like this. So, Loke, Suvarnadi Shakala Beda. Okay. Uh, okay, what about that? Suvarnatvadi Ekatva Vijnanena Vijnana Manaha Lokikai. Hey, by knowing gold, these people, you don't need to be a Vedanti, you just have to be an average person, okay, who knows what gold is. That's all you have to be. And they also know that all these are just forms. And finally, when they buy it, the guy puts everything and put it in a weighing machine. Weighing machine. And then he puts the how many grams it is. Grams. And then he adds labor, some percent, 2%, 5%, some labor will be. That's it. After all these things, you're just weighing it. That's all it is. Yeah, that's all it is. Because that content. It's all the reality of this ornament is gold only. They know that. These people know that. Or even when you are going to return an old ornament because it's old fashioned, these days fashion is new, and today's girls will demand different types of designs. Those days, Mangalasutram was like that. These days, Mangalasutram will be different. I think it should be different. I don't know how fast tradition is changing. I'm a bit slow on that. But so they will say like that. And so, but finally, he has to wait. He has to put it. That is, they will know the value. Really? You know the value of the gold, the necklace that my mother used to wear, though how many years back? Yeah, they can figure it out. Why? Because it's the same gold only. That gold is what gives the value to this necklace or ornament or bangle or whatever. That's what he's saying. Santi loke suvarnadi shakala bhedaha suvarnatvadi ekatva vijnanena. Just by knowing that one thing, ekatva means the oneness. Oneness of the whole thing, the whole world of ornaments, golden ornaments is just based on gold. By knowing gold, you know the value of all the ornaments there in this jewelry store. Suppose the jewelry store man wants to insure the store. The insurance they must have. How will they insure? Some approximate number will be there. How will they find out the approximate number? This is how it is. I have so many kilograms of gold in my store, and so many kilograms of diamond, so many kilograms of silver. This is the value of the items in my store right now. That's it. Over. So, ekatva vijnanena vijnayamanaha laukikaihi. So, laukikaihi means janaihi, by people, by laukika people, people who are not into studying Upanishads and all that, just average people. That is the meaning of laukikaihi. So, by such people, they are able to know the world of ornaments very well by just knowing what gold is all about. Okay, just by knowing gold, they can figure it all out. Vijnayamanaha. Those Shakala Bedaha Vijnayamanaha. That entire world of ornaments, they are able to know. Well known. Vijnayamanaha. They become known. They become known. Those objects, bits and pieces, become known. Just by knowing the essence of those objects, okay, which is gold in this case, or silver, diamond, etc. Laukikaihi. Tata kinno asti. Why should it not be like that? Look at the way Shankaracharya is just taking us forward. Tata kinno asti. Why should it not be like that? Okay, let's read that one. Tatha kinnu asti.
तथा किं नु अस्ति
Sarvasya
सर्वस्य
jagadbhedasya
जगद्भेदस्य
ek ekam
एकं
karanam
कारणं
yat
यत्
ekasmin vijñāte
एकस्मिन् विज्ञाते
sarvam vijñātam bhavati iti.
सर्वं विज्ञातं भवति इति.
Yeah.
धन्यवाद.
Tatha kimnu asti. Why should it not be like this? When it's happening in this, right in front of my eyes, this is going on. This is how people think. Everybody knows this. Nobody argues this at all. When it is possible right there. Okay. And every country has their idea of what is valuable. And gold is valuable here. In some other country, stones could be valuable. Correct? Yeah, I told you that example long ago. Gold is valuable because gold is precious metal, and it's like this. Suppose you and I end up in a different planet, where you go around, it's all gold everywhere. It's gold on the ground. It's all gold. Occasionally, you will find stones. Stones means the earth stone I'm talking about. Occasionally, you'll find stone. You know what these guys are doing there in that planet? They are picking up all these stones, and they have necklaces made of stones. You can't go and laugh. If you laugh, they will laugh at you. Then who decides what is precious? They only decide what is precious. That's how it is. Diamond, they say diamond is nothing but carbon. Carbon, that's it. You can't find anything else than diamond. You can do whatever analysis you want. Carbon. But I thought carbon black and all that. Yeah, you can think carbon black. That's all you're thinking. You're thinking, ko chodo yahan par. Just take the facts. Carbon white, this is. Carbon white also is possible. And so, this is how the world is. Okay. So, tata kim no asti. Why can't it be like that? Why can't what be like that? Sarvasya jagadbhedasya ekam karanam yad ekasmin. Jagadbhedasya. This Suvarnadi Bheda, Shakala Bhedaha, we told the example Bheda. Now come back to Jagat, Jagat Bhedasya. Ekam Karanam. Ekasmin Vidyate. Ekam Karanameva. Bhavitum Arhati. It is possible. If I use the same logic, then I'm almost there. I can believe, I can accept the fact that there is only Ekam Karanam for this entire Jagat. It is not that much of a stretch. Okay, that is what this Shaunaka is saying. Ekasmin Vijnate Sarvam Vijnatam Bhavati iti. Okay, that's good. And so we can move on to the next one. Look at how Shankaracharya is taking us through this thing, right? Nanu. Hemavati ji. Nanu.
Nanu
Aviditehi. Aviditehi.
Aviditehi
Kasmin.
kasmin
Iti.
iti
Prashnaha anupapannaha.
prashnaha anupapannaha
Kimasti
kimasti
tad iti.
tat iti
Tada.
tada
Prashnaha yuktaha.
prashnaha yuktaha
Siddhehi.
siddhehi
Stitve.
astitve
Kasmin iti syat.
kasmin iti syat
Yatha.
yatha
Kasmin nidheyam iti.
kasmin nidheyam iti.
So now somebody walks in and raises an objection. Something is wrong with this. Okay. Okay, what is wrong with this now? Nanu aviditehi kasmin iti prashnaha anupapannaha. Look. Suppose somebody says, hey, do you live in Juhu Beach or do you live in Ghatkopar? Suppose somebody says like that. My God, that means he must know a lot about Mumbai, correct? Okay, I know a little bit about Mumbai. You know why? Because we used to play this trade game, and you have to keep on playing this dice, and then keep moving, and then you buy some house, you rent a house. You're renting a house in Parel is very expensive. Buying a house in Juhu Beach is very expensive. Rents in Chaupati is expensive. Something like that. We used to do all this. We used to know all these things. Having played few times, then you end up knowing these things. And so Parel, Juhu Beach, Chaupati, Ghatkopar, Chembur, all these are coming. So this guy, the guy who asked the question, I thought you used to live in Ghatkopar and then now you moved to Vile Parle. Is that what you say? Means this guy knows the geography of Mumbai. Only a person who knows a little bit can ask these kinds of pointed questions. That is this objection. That is the objection. Nanu aviditehi. This guy doesn't know anything. Avidite. No background is there. And how can he ask such a pointed question? Kasmin iti prashnaha anupapannaha. Such a question is not tenable at all. I cannot accept that question. From a person who knows nothing, such a question cannot come. Cannot come. Because if you don't know anything about Mumbai, maximum you can ask. What do you ask? What can you even ask about Mumbai? India Gate. How far is your home from India Gate? This you can ask. Because you know India Gate. That's all you can do. And so he's saying that hey, you must know a little bit before you ask a question. Some context you must have, otherwise you can't even ask that kind of a question. Otherwise, a very general question you can ask. Okay. Therefore, now what is he saying? The person who is objecting, Purva Pakshi, is saying this question is not correct. And the question should have been Kim Asti Tat. Kim Asti Tat means Kim Asti Tat. Is there such a thing? Is there such a thing which if we end up knowing, it is as good as knowing the entire universe? Is there such a thing? Is there such a thing is a correct question. Tell me that thing is a wrong question. Tell me that thing means this guy knows that there is such a thing, but no, it is not possible to know that there is such a thing, right? Kim asti tad? Kim asti tad? Is there such a thing? That would be iti tada prashnaha yuktaha. Yuktaha, prashnaha yuktaha. Such a question is acceptable, yuktaha, tenable, appropriate. That I think I can accept from Shaunaka, but I cannot accept the other question that you are telling me. Bold, pointed question. It is like saying, I know that knowing one thing is equivalent to knowing everything else, and you tell me that is is just not possible. Okay, is there such a thing? Would have been a right question. Iti tada prashnaha yuktaha. Siddhehi astitve. Why he's giving all that reasoning? Siddhehi astitve kasmin iti syat. Yatha kasmin nideyam. Once that the existence of such a thing is established, siddhehi astitve. Okay. Once the knowledge of Mumbai is there, many ago I used to live in Mumbai. It's been now 30, 40 years. But yeah, I know Mumbai. I used to know Mumbai. And so can you tell me a little bit? I am now able to ask you some questions about Mumbai. And then you can say, wow, not bad. You remember a lot of things about. So then the conversation can step up, ramp up, And so, siddhehi astitve, once the existence of such a thing called Brahma, knowing which everything is as well known, is established, siddhe. These are all peculiar Sanskrit words. Siddhehi astitve, it's called Sati Saptami. Don't worry about that. Then Kasmin, that question that Chaunaka is now asking, Syat, is tenable. Then only the question is understandable, appropriate. But otherwise, it's not. Yatha kasmin nidheyam iti. Like you have asked your son to go keep this in that. Where should I keep it? The son is asking. Where should I keep it? Where should I keep this thing that is there on the table? Because guests are keep coming, You can't simply, everything is strewn all over. Where should I keep this? Means that person knows all places in the house, and if he is ready to hear, no, keep it in that bedroom, keep it in this bedroom, keep it in the living room on top. All this, if you can give the advice, he can follow the advice. So the guy knows the lay of the land. So then now kasmin is tenable. Kasmin nideyam iti upapannaha. That I can understand. But a guest, you can't say, go say something, because the guest doesn't know anything about your house. So for that person, it is that kasmin cannot be a right word. Therefore, that's what he's saying. Yatha kasmin nideyam. Nideyam means, where should it be kept? Where should it be placed? That's what he's asking. Example he's giving there. Okay. So then let's continue. Na
न
akshara bahulyat
अक्षरबाहुल्याद्
ayasa bhirutvat
आयासभीरुत्वात्
prashnaha
प्रश्नः
sambhavati eva
सम्भवति एव
kasminno
कस्मिन्
ekasmin
एकस्मिन्
vijñate
विज्ञाते
sarvavit
सर्ववित्
syat iti.
स्यात् इति.
So Bhagavan Shankaracharya, Siddhanti is responding. So this is a simulated Purva Paksha Siddhanta. Simulated. So now the Siddhanti is saying, na, your objection is not valid. It's not valid. Why? Akshara Bahulyat. Akshara Bahulyat. You have to read between lines sometimes. This is Upanishad. And it is not going to tell you every small detail. Not going to. Upanishad means the student is ready and coming. And so you can't, this is all nitpicking. And this nitpicking is of no value at all in our study. It's of no value. Akshara Bahulyat, what you're asking for will make the Upanishad even more verbose. And okay, one more sentence is added. Suppose he asks the question, all right, is there such a thing? Then the guru comes and says, yes, there is such a thing. I'm very impressed by you. Yes, there is such a thing. Then can you teach me that thing? Okay, the Upanishad can say that. But it will just make it Akshara Bahulyat, more verbose. It's more, more text will be there. Ayasa bhirutvat. Bhiru means bhaya. Bhayatvat. Fear. So fear. Fear means what? Ayasa bhirutvat. Literal meaning is fear of extra effort. Fear of extra effort. It's as though the Upanishad is afraid of putting extra effort in writing itself. Something like that. Something like that. It's like basically saying to prevent such an eventuality of Akshara Bahulyam, to prevent the Upanishad from becoming more verbose. Okay. This particular approach is taken. Prashnaha sambhavati eva. This kind of question is acceptable, understandable. Kim no ekasmin vijnate. By knowing just one thing. Sarvavit syat. Sarvavit syat. Sarvam vijnatam syat means what? Sarvavit syat. That person becomes a sarvavit. Sarvam veti. It is sarvavit. Knows, the one who knows everything is called sarvavit. Sarvavit syat. Ekasmin vijnate. Really speaking, the person knows only Brahman, but is as good as everything. That person has become a sarvavit. That's what he's saying. Shankaracharya is just doing a simple. So relatively simple, because there is a very complicated Purvaksha Siddhanta dialogue, a debate also, as you know. So that concludes this mantra. And so what is the message from this mantra? Shaunaka is approaching Angiras. And who is Shaunaka? Is a Mahashala. He is a role model Grahastha. Correct? Mahagrahastha and all, we should not imagine into what Maha and all. So role model. He is a role model for all of us. And that Shaunaka approached Angiras in an appropriate manner and respectfully, Vidhivat, and asked the question, tell me that thing knowing which everything in this world is as well known, as good as known. As good as known only, not known thoroughly. As good as known. As good as known. Jnatavyam avashishyate. Neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. 8th chapter. Sloka number 2 or 3. I think we should remember this. Or 7th chapter, forget. 7-2.
7-2.
7-2, correct. 7-2. So, yadyatva, so jnanam teham sa vijnanam. Idam vakshyamya sheshataha. Yadyatva neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. Knowing which there is nothing else left to be known. That means everything is as well known. Sarvam idam vijnatam bhavati iti. Ditto. Ditto. So, that is the essence of this mantra. Let's look at the Anvaya. Shaunakaha havai mahashalaha. In fact, there is no change at all. There is no change. Shaunako havai mahashalaha angirasam vidhivat upasannaf papracha. Yeah. And then kasminnu bhagavo vijnate sarvam idam vijnatam bhavati iti. Yeah, that's it. You don't need to write this down. Now at least. It is the same exactly as it is. The Anvaya Krama is same as what is given in the mantra. Okay, good. So your homework can be, you can translate that into English. Next mantra. Tasmai sahovacha.
तस्मै सहोवाच
Dve vidye veditavye iti.
द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये इति
Hasma
भस्म
yad brahmavidaha vadanti.
यद् ब्रह्मः विदः विदन्ति
Parachaiva paracha.
पराचैवापराच
Once again, tasmai sahovacha.
मयि सहोवाच
Dve vidye veditavye.
द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये
Iti hasma
इति हस्म
yad brahmavido vadanti.
तद् ब्रह्मविदो वदन्ति
Parachaiva paracha.
पराचैवापराच
Yeah. So now some of you will recognize, we've said this several times before. We've referred to this mantra. But this is where this mantra is coming from. So the gist is like this. Tasmai sahovacha. Tasmai. Tasmai means what? Shaunakaya. Unto that Shaunaka who asked that question. Saha angiraha uvacha. Shankara is going to explain all that. And Angira responded by saying what? Dve vidye veditavye. One has to know two types of knowledge. Dve vidye vedita. Two types of knowledge. Yad brahma vidaha vadanti. That is what the people who know Brahma say. Brahma vidaha vadanti. They say that. Two types of knowledge are there. And then they are respectively called as Paravidya and Aparavidya. Okay. That is what. So this is where that famous Paravidya and Aparavidya. Or Paravidya also is okay. Paravidya, Paravidya. Aparavidya, Aparavidya. Both are, all these are all right. Forms are all right. And so he'll explain what Paravidya is, what Aparavidya is. What is Paravidya? Well, what is Aparavidya? Let's look at it first. Aparavidya, what did we say earlier? There are two things in this universe. What are the two things? I and non-I. Non-I Vidya is Aparavidya or Aparavidya. I Vidya is Paravidya. That's it. You can use different words. You can use idam for idam. The Shaunaka used the word idam. Idam for the universe. The non-I, he used idam. For I, he did not say I yet. And so, kasminnu only he said. And that kasminnu, knowing what? That knowing what means knowing I will come later. So, aham. Like this, you can say jagat, jagat. Or you can say drishyam, yadrishyam. Whatever is knowable, vijneyam. You can use all this word, vijneyam, knowable. Anything in this universe is knowable, except me. Because I am the perceiver of everything. So the perceiver is going to miss out on the perceiver. Perceiver can never perceive the perceiver. So anyway, that perceiver is missed out completely in the whole science. That's why I reserve the word science just for Anatma Vidya, for this Idam Vidya, for this Jagat Vidya, okay, for this Drishya Vidya, for this Vijnaya Vidya. That is all it is. And that's why when somebody says science is fast catching up with Brahma Vidya and all, if people say, you make him sit down first. First you said, tell, relax. We appreciate your thinking process. I'm very impressed because that's a bold statement you are making. But let's sit down first and understand the whole thing going on. And so there is really no chance. The final conclusion is what? There's no chance. Let science do what science is doing. Atma Vidya cannot do what science is doing, correct? Atma Vidya cannot develop better planes, better aircraft, no chance. And Atma Vidya is not interested also, that is not the subject. But you are coming and saying Anatma Vidya is going to figure out and smash off all this Atma Vidya. Hey, come on, let's be reasonable. Let's be fair here. Okay, let's be fair. I am not bothering you. Why are you bothering me? Please tell me. That's all. So, that is what he started. Paravidya, Aparavidya. Parachaiva, Paracheti. All right. Bhaashyam. Tasmai
Tasmai
Shaunakaya.
Shaunakaya.
Is there a word Saha in your book after that?
No.
It is not there. It's not there. You can put Saha within brackets. You can put Saha. Because in the Moolam there is a Saha. Tasmai Saha ho vacha. So Shaunakaya.
Shaunakaya.
Saha Angiraha.
Saha Angiraha. Angiraha.
Wait a minute. No, it is Angiraha only. Angiraha.
Angiraha.
Your book says Angiraha?
No. Angiraha only.
Angiraha. All right. Saha Angiraha.
Saha Angiraha.
All right. Here there is a part of Veda. So your book probably says her, correct? Says
Yes.
her. You can put /aha also. Aha. So her, aha.
Aha.
Her is also right in meaning wise, but aha, you have to bring the moolam word aha is there.
There's a footnote, Guruji. Footnote is given.
3
Okay.
and 4 for aha and vacha.
Yeah, so Bhaashyam says aha, and the moolam is ha. So you can put aha within brackets. Within brackets. That also will work. All right, let's read that sentence again. Tasmai Shaunakaya.
Tasmai Shaunakaya.
Saha Angiraha.
Saha Angiraha.
Ha aha kila.
Ha aha kila.
Uvacha.
Vacha.
Kim iti uchyate.
Kim iti uchyate.
Yeah. So the moolam, tasmai sa ho vacha. That is what is being said here. Tasmai. Tasmai means to him. To him. That is the meaning of tasmai. To him means to whom? Shaunakaya. Shaunakaya. Shankara is making it clear. Then saha, because moolam says saha, So saha, be careful. Sa ho vacha. Moolam says sa ho vacha. That sa is actually saha. Sa with a 2 dots, visarga after the sa. Okay. So that is how the sandhi works. And so saha. Saha means who? Angiraha. Because sakaranta pullingam angiras, like Nachiketas. Nachiketas, prathama vibhakti ekavachanam is Nachiketaha. And so same here also. Angiraha is ekavachanam, not bahuvachanam. Sanskrit students, others can ignore. Angiraha, Angiras, ha, kila, aha, uvacha. Aha, you can actually move towards vacha also. It's better. Uvacha means aha, said, told. Okay, told, said. And Angiraha told. Ha, ha means kila. Kila. These are all words in Sanskrit. Kila. Means well known. We all know the story. We are all supposed to know the story. So Shankara is saying, Kila. Didn't he say that? Didn't Angira say that? Means we are supposed to know the story. And so, Kila, this is well known. All children also know the story. What is this? You're asking. So, her Kila Uvacha. Then, Kim iti uchyate. Kim iti uchyate. Kim aha. Kim uvacha. Angiraha. Shaunakaya. Kim uchyate iti. Sorry, Kim uvacha iti uchyate. That is being said now. What Angira told Shaunaka is said now. That's what he's saying. Let's read it. Dve vidye veditavye.
Kumar, you have to unmute.
जी हरि ओम गुरुजी द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये
Iti evam.
इति एवं
Ha sma kila.
Ha sma kila.
Yat
Yat. Yat.
Brahma vidaha.
Brahma vidaha.
Vedarthabhijnaha.
Vedartha vijnaha.
Paramarthadarshinaha.
Paramartha darshinaha.
Vadanti.
Vadanti.
Kete.
Kete.
Iti aha.
Iti aha.
Paracha.
Paracha.
Paramatma vidya.
Paramatma vidya.
Aparacha.
Aparacha.
Dharma adharma sadhana.
Dharma adharma sadhana.
Tat phala vishaya.
Tat phala vishaya.
Yeah.
Dhanyawad.
So, Dve Vidye Veditavye. So, that is what Angiras is telling this Shaunaka. Dve Vidye Veditavye Jnatavye iti. You must know there are two, I don't know how to translate that. Two types of knowledge have to be known. Dve Vidye. So, Akaranta, Strilingam, therefore, Dve Vidye, Vidya, Vidye, Vidyaha. Okay. Veditavye, Veditavya, Veditavye, Veditavyaha. Akaranta Strilingam. So, therefore, Jnatavye. So, Shankara is saying that should be known. Veditavye means must be known. Jnatavye. Iti evam hasma kila. Indeed, all these are particles. And iti hasma. Sma has a meaning. Sma has many meanings. And sma is often used by these people who speak Sanskritam. And sma converts present tense into past tense. That's very beautiful. It is like this. It is like this. And one second. This sma. I intend to finish this. Let's see. So, this sma is very interesting. So, Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. Rama kills Ravana. Rama kills Ravana. Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. Hanti is not plural, by the way. It is singular only. Okay. So the Sanskrit students, this problems will come. So Ramaha Ravanam Hanti. Rama kills Ravana. But suppose you want to say Rama killed Ravana. Ramaha Ravanam Hanti Sma. That's it. Over. You don't have to worry about all these past tense, lung, lut, and all. You don't have to worry. And it's lung. So just by adding sma, the meaning will change from present to past tense. That is not the meaning here. That is not the meaning here. Here, sma, iti has sma, means what? It's a way of saying, indeed, this is what it is. Iti. Devidye veditavya iti has sma. It is, you better know it. Okay. This is the life. What is the purpose of life if you don't know even this much? Okay, that is the way to read all these things. So nipatau, nischayarthau, nipatau. They use these words in Sanskrit. Nipata. Those words, those particles which have very different meanings all over the place, and they are called nipataha. Nipataha. In this case, nischayarthau. In this case, an expression of certainty. Certainty. Assuredness is there. Okay, what is that? Yat Brahma Vidaha. Who are these Brahma Vidaha? Brahmavit, Brahma, Brahma Janati iti Brahmavit, Brahma Veti iti Brahmavit. One who knows Brahma is called Brahmavit. All right, Brahma Vidaha is plural, Brahmavits. Okay, that's what it is. Who are they? Vedartha Abhijnaha. Abhijnaha. They know the essence of the Vedas. Vedartha. Vedartha Abhijnaha. Vedartha means the meaning of the Veda. Abhijnaha. Abhijnaha. Abhitaha. They know it inside out. Hey, how can you know this inside out just by knowing Brahma? So what it is? Kasminnu bhagavo vidyate sarvavidam vijnatam bhavati iti. I know the purpose of the whole karma kanda, and it has to lead us to jnana kanda and everything. Therefore, they are all abhijnaha. Okay. Paramartha darshinaha. They are the people who know what is Paramartha. Laukika, everybody knows. Our degrees are all based on Laukika Artha. But he is the only person who knows Paramartha. So Paramartha Darshinaha, look at those words. Vadanti. These people say. So we'll continue this discussion in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद.